you stand on the lip of what you know, and you breathe in a simple truth. Curiosity fuels the wildest journeys. Let that sentence land in you like a match to tinder, small, ordinary, and capable of setting whole storms of exploration alight. Hear it as an invitation, not a test. Curiosity is the gentle, insistent nudge that says, "What if?" It is not reckless, it is courageous. It asks for one step, one question, one moment of wonder. Imagine that step now, the soft pressure of desire beneath your ribs. And as you feel it, gather yourself, because this spark asks us to move, to lean toward the unknown with steady hands and open eyes, and to walk with others who are doing the same. When you let curiosity lead, your questions become a compass, not a map of exact roads, but a living needle that points toward meaning. You learn to ask better questions. Why does this move me? Who was I before the fear grew loud? What happens if I try? Each question reshapes the terrain underfoot. They turn walls into doors and dead ends into loops of new paths. You do not need to answer every question at once. You only need to follow the direction that feels alive. And when doubt presses close, remember that curiosity is kind. It invites exploration without demanding certainty, and that gentleness is the way forward. Think of the smallest act of curiosity you've ever taken. Opening a book you feared, saying yes to an awkward invitation, turning a corner you always avoided. Those are not trivial. They are the quiet architecture of larger journeys. Each tiny yes trains your bravery muscle, grows your confidence, and stitches a path where none seemed possible. You are learning a language of discovery, the cadence of curiosity, and with every deliberate step, you claim more of your story back. Hold that image of small courage with you as we set out farther. The wildest journeys begin in these modest ways, and they call not for perfection, but for persistence. There are maps you can buy and maps you have to earn. The ones curiosity draws for you are earned through experience, through mess and missteps and brilliant surprises. You will meet people who teach you new ways to see, places that rearrange your values, and projects that stretch your hands into skills you didn't know you had. These are not tidy arts. They are braided, messy, and beautiful. Trust that getting lost is part of the curriculum. Each detour is a classroom where you learn to hold uncertainty with grace, where you collect stories that become the maps you carry forward. So step into the uncharted without apology, because every unplanned turn is an offering for a bolder you. Remember the times curiosity pulled you towards someone or somewhere unfamiliar, and you discovered a new language of belonging. You heard a stranger's story, and it shifted the way you understood your own. Or you chased a creative itch late into the night and woke up with something alive in your hands. These moments ripple outward. They connect us. When you share what you find, a book, an idea, a question, you build a bridge for others to cross. We become fellow travelers, learning from the trails each of us has walked. That is how curiosity becomes a communal force. It bonds us into a collective journey of exploration, where each voice expands the map for everyone. There will be moments when answers disappoint and roads close. In those times, curiosity asks you to keep asking. Persistence is not stubbornness. It is a refusal to let the world stop being interesting. You learn to separate the question from the outcome, to pursue the why without needing a guarantee. This posture frees you. It makes exploration its own reward. And in this practice, resilience grows. You become the kind of person who knows how to adapt, improvise, and reinvent. Hold that steady curiosity like a lantern as we move toward the heart of what it truly fuels. Curiosity asks you to risk with purpose. It isn't reckless bravado, but a disciplined courage that accepts the possibility of failure as the price of discovery. Think of every major change you've ever admired, the artists who risked reputation, the scientists who risked safety, the friends who risked honesty. They took a leap, not because they were fearless, but because they trusted curiosity more than certainty. When you take such a risk, you gather lessons that no comfort zone can teach. You return altered with new tools and a fuller heart. Let that trust deepen inside you now. The wild is not a place to conquer, but a teacher to listen to. As you go deeper, storms will come. They test you, bend you, and sometimes break you open. But notice how storms reveal who will walk with you and who will fall away. There is grace in shared struggle. When we face uncertainty together, we form a constellation of strength, each star supporting the other. You will find hands to hold through harsh nights and voices that whisper, "Keep going." These alliances are the secret fuel for long journeys. They remind you that curiosity is never purely solitary. It is a shared endeavor that humbles and heals. Carry this truth like a warm cloak as we move toward the summit of meaning. And then there will be a moment, unexpected and clear, where the work of asking and risking, of wandering and returning, lines up into a single luminous view. You will recognize patterns where you once saw chaos. You will recognize yourself in someone you met along the way. The world will feel both stranger and more familiar, and you will know that every curious step mattered. Let that vision sink into your bones. The wildest journeys do not erase who you were. They expand you. Hold that expansion. It is the proof that curiosity does what it promised. It fuels the wild, and it brings you home changed. Every journey driven by curiosity returns with gifts, stories that stitch into your identity, skills that broaden your ways of being, and relationships that widen your sense of home. You will find that the questions you once asked now sit differently in your mouth. They are more generous, braver, and kinder. And you will realize that your discoveries are not trophies to be hidden, but lanterns to share. When you pass them on, teach, listen, encourage, you enlarge the path for someone else. This is how the cycle continues. Curiosity sparks, we journey, and together we return ready to spark others. Let that cycle sustain you as you choose what to carry forward. Curiosity need not be reserved for grand expeditions. It thrives in daily rituals, asking a deeper question at breakfast, exploring a new street on your walk, reading one page outside your usual genres. These practices compound. Over weeks and months, they reroute your brain toward possibility. Invite curiosity as a gentle daily companion, a posture of attention rather than a frantic search. When you do, your life becomes a series of micro-adventures, each one a rehearsal for bolder steps. Start small today. Ask an honest question, reach out to someone new, or try a tiny experiment. Each act is a promise to yourself that your life remains open to wonder. Curiosity fuels the wildest journeys because it teaches you how to live bravely, generously, and collectively. It reshapes fear into intrigue, doubt into a tool, and endings into new beginnings. If you take only one thing from this, let it be this steady truth. The courage to ask and to follow is the same courage that will keep you growing for a lifetime. Now, stand with us in this promise. Subscribe to Walk with our community. Share this story with someone who needs a spark, and tell us below, where will your curiosity take you next? Your interpretation matters. Your question could be the spark for someone else's wildest journey. Let's keep exploring together.